This is bullshit. For me at least. You see, while effective, the standard 2x1 leaves a lot to be desired. There's minimal opportunity for outplays, and it leaves you trapped like a fish in a barrel. I wanted to change that. So I started cooking. Hours upon hours, days upon days of cooking, and I was failing to crack the code, until I realized I already had it. I was working on a 4x4, and to make the starter bigger while keeping the ring, I extended it out, and that's when it clicked. And so, I present to you the Outplay.
Try. We can change it all together. In the end, you're gonna find that what we felt in our hearts was real the whole time. When you open up your eyes, I hope that you find who you are, who you are. Who are you now?
Before we get into the base tutorial, let's run over some quick defense tips. When your base is breached, your shield wall will be the thing that saves you. Build up walls on the edges and make sure you have shot fronts pre-crafted so you can seal in the frame gaps. It's very important not to block any of this with deployables, especially barricades, as that'll stop you from sealing. When ping walling, Twig is your best friend. Place it across the shield wall so you can reach higher places. Building the ping wall up high enough is crucial, as it blocks raiders' view, allowing you to seal the main base. If raiders ever breach your shield wall, I included some bedrooms with some retakes, so you can shoot them while they're inside. Make sure you have plenty of kits in these and beds ready for respawns. The bottom ring is designed in a way for maximum outplay potential. Make sure to use the 2 exits to rotate around your base and use the second level. Rotating up and down constantly will confuse raiders, allowing you to get easy seals and isolate free 1v1s. The bottom ring is also designed in a way so no matter where the breach is, you have a place to hide for an easy seal. Make sure to use these corners for the ultimate outplay. With that out of the way, let's get into the tutorial. Welcome to the base tutorial for the outplay. We'll go ahead and do this mostly in simple segments, so it's easy to follow along with when you get new farm. Start is very simple. Start off with a square and 2 triangles out here. All this in, 2 doors, and that's your starter. Have a TC, put it in that right corner, and then make sure to honeycomb the back early. Honeycomb here as well. You can see that is our starter. Do the shelf now, this will be the easiest thing. Flip it through there. And then when you're in here, I like to leave this wood so I can chop it out to place batteries or furnaces later in the progression. So, most of the time, I would consider leaving this wood. Expanding from here, we want to do it like a normal 2x1. So, triangle square and then 3 triangles out here. Do the final honeycomb, our spot for our workbench here. On this triangle, do 2 up, and on this triangle as well, do 2 up. The rest of these, just simply wall them in. And this is our spot for our turret, and E-furnace is up above. Place sectioning doors here. And then do our roof drop down here. Do the same thing on the other triangle you built up too high. You can place a shelf there to make it harder when people fall down. Now the strength of these roofs comes from doing a shotgun trap down here. Placing like that with the roof will mean raiders cannot jump back up after dropping down here. This workbench is a difficult placement. We'll see if I can get it here. It is possible to get it in the frame, but worst comes to worst, you don't need to. The tier 1 should be fairly easy. Well, I don't even know. I think it's all damn fucking difficult. I'm not even gonna bother with that. Fuck that. But other than that, go ahead, do that, and then you can do a bamboo shelf there, or some extra storage. Expanding our starter a bit more here. On our side that is furthest away from starter, this is where you want to build your entrance. Place a door, place a square down here. You can either do a deployable or an L-shaped stair. Placing more walls here, and on these corners, do double half walls. Place a frame, and then clip 2 more throughout the side there. Window, and an embrasure to finish that off. Same thing on the other side. On the door side, 2 doors like this. Retake on this side. And a wall on the other. As we're trying to keep our door path, the starter secure here, make sure that there is no entrance on this side. It's the retake. And have this go up all the way. the other side, it only needs to go up once. Finish this off, doors on both of these, just to make it a bit nicer progression. Going ahead, we're going to start our compound footprint. 5 squares just along this side. Do this for now, just so it's connected. And do the same thing on the other side. Both sides here. Put a spot for the bedroom retakes. And that is our compound footprint. Building our compound here is the next step. No, this is not a very easy compound to pull off, so you may need to practice this a bit. Make sure you follow me exactly. Building up the walls here on both sides. Make sure it's even for the turret bottom. For the wall placement, it needs to be quite an intense angle. And this one, it's just as bad. Our walls should look somewhat like that. I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. This one should only be a slight angle outwards. Quick tip, make sure to use Outlook as much as you can while placing compound walls. This will make it significantly easier. Using Shift here if you have too big of a gap. Or sorry, you can see I have too small of a gap there, so I'm just going to Shift click it to get a clean seal. And there we go, that's our compound. You can do some large furnaces in here if you desire that, but it may not be perfect for your peaks, so I'm just going to remove these. To everybody, before doing the barricade, build these turret pods, or at least just the shelf here. Do that, frames on all sides, and then seal that in. Once you've done both sides of the compound, go ahead and place the only 2 barricades you're going to need to seal this. You will be able to do this on both sides if you place the compound walls correctly. For easy progression, you can go ahead and just do walls around here to begin with. We'll keep it relatively cheap early on. Do brutalist here. And sheet metal here. Upgrade to 2 different grades. Depending on what's the most important side to you, you can flip which side you do the brutalist or the sheet metal peak on. On these triangles, do our peak upwards. And do the low wall below. Place aperture triggers and roof it all in. Frame there, and I would highly recommend getting a shop front placed down on that very quickly. gives us a level of defense early game that is unmatched. So make sure to put in beds through here. This will save your life during an early game raid. Once you're ready for early game turrets, go on the side with the bedrooms and build up these frames. You're going to want to do these too high up off the shop front. So 2 off the shop front here. Place a floor, half wall, window, 2 walls to the side. And then you can seal that in that. Up here, do a window, 3 frames, and then some half walls here. And that'll allow you to get 2 windmill spots up here. Place those as far out as you can. You don't want people laddering or falling or hopping on top here. Place the barricade. Don't do 2, as that'll prevent replacement of the windmills afterwards. Building out open core is relatively simple. It's 90% honeycomb. Building frames all across here. Well, not frames, sorry, walls. All of this. Not one there, but in. Place that window. You can place the boxes before or after if you like. If you want more precise placement, you can obviously do it after. You can jump up and down and do that there. Personally, for the shelf in here, I like to just do a triangle. And on this side, another vault loot room. Same thing with the previous one. Go ahead, turn that into honeycomb as well. That'll be our spot for our workbench. When you're ready to progress to the inner shooting floor level, so 1 below that, you can move this door up by 1. And you can seal that off. Come in here, do 2 walls, place that floor early, do a retake there, and do a retake there. You can now wall this entire level in. And floor it in all spots, except here, where you'll do a frame. On this side, like that, do a half wall and a window. Here, I like to do this for splitting loot. So do that, and place 2 vertical barrels in these spots. I don't have it in my inventory, but do 2 vertical barrels, and then you can do a vault there. On this side, you can either do this as a battery or a locker. And obviously here, you can have another spot to split loot if you so desire. Place frames in all these slots. And when doing the spiral staircase with this, place it so you want to rotate it until this is basically looks like this. And when you build it up, you should be able to go under, but only with a slight crouch. Just go ahead and mirror this all the way up. Single door there. And don't do a frame in this slot. As when you build up the spiral staircase, if you do the frame here, it takes away that conditional. So you can see there's no conditional. Take away the frame, conditional is there, and this actually gives us a nice little one-way we can use later. Now to start with our shooting floor. Into these offset spots. This is because of that. Upgrade that to shipping if you need, or I should say if you have it. Do that. And then build up these frames 3 high. On this left frame, do a half wall, and then do a window. On this one, you can just do a window. On the gatehouse, build up frames. You only need to go too high. Do a floor. Do a frame here. Make sure you do that before you place your Brutalist Peak. Place the Brutalist Peak in. And cap that off. Do a single door there. Finish off the offset peak. 2 frames here and here. Go ahead and seal that in. Place an embrasure like that there. An embrasure like that there. If you have a problem with your AKs getting absolutely eaten, I would go ahead and just place a few small boxes. There's probably a way to do a ladder hatch, but I don't know it, so I'm not gonna waste you with something that's a build server only issue. However, coming down here, do a half wall on both the outer triangles. Go up by 2 on both sides. On this side, this is where your reverse waterfall is going to go. So do this one as a window, half wall here, window here, half wall here. Continue this up, as so. And then finish that off. If you like for aesthetics choice, you can rotate that in, or you can rotate it out. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's just a stylish decision. Build this out here. Place your peak here. And on this side, you can either do a shutter or a metal embrasure. On this right side here, before sealing this in, I would suggest building out twig here, coming around to here, and doing a fog protected peak early. This will just save you a headache later on. Do 2 frames, 2 windows, half wall here, 2 floors, 2 half walls there, and then just do a frame here. 2 roofs in. If you can't place that, I believe just doing another frame there gives you enough stab. Brutalist is ugly as fuck. And on this right side, do the same thing, fob covered peak on only one of them, and for the other one, just go ahead and window it. On any other server, you'll be able to clip this through, but if you can't, just come under here, or do it from the outside, whatever. Coming over to the opposite side of the shooting floor, this area is a little build order specific, so make sure you follow what I do. Do your fob protected peak here. You can place searchlights up here if you so desire, but it is only a solid door base, so obviously you don't really need to do it. Place that and make sure you do the roof first. If you don't do the roof first, you won't be able to clip this through. So do the roof first. Save you a headache of having to soft side things out. And then from here, you can basically do the rest. Just make sure you do your embrasures earlier. Window embrasure, then do a floor, and a floor here. As you can see, it's that roof module done. Down here, do our Brutalist Peak, and seal that in. Now personally, I just like frame spamming here. It does sort of ruin your seal potential, but you can just do shot fronts instead to seal it, so it's going to help you, and I'm going to do these 2 modules on the other sides. Alright, let's go ahead with roof and some finishing touches. So on this side, build all the way frames here. Shot front here, frame, floor, and surround that in half walls. That's for your turret spot. So you are going to have to ladder to get up here, or I believe you can do some twig spiral stairs. Yeah, if you want to auth/wire people, make that a bit easier. On this side, don't do a ramp for this peak here. Just do a large box. So if you do a ramp, it's going to block you from coming up here. And obviously, we'll do that on the other side. Now, if you need to place a barricade up here, obviously you're not going to have step, so just build up 2 more frames here as well. And that'll allow you to place both barricades, meaning goobers can't get on top here and be annoying outside of turret coverage range. So yeah, just doing that will make it a lot better. Again, here I like doing some extra roofs. And let's finish off our center module here. Basically the same thing as shooting floor, just recap it differently. I would window this as well, this peak, because it's not a perfect one-way. Seal that off. Door. Perfect. And for a lot of these peaks, you can just do ramps. I think this is blocked by these and that. Yep. So if you do have a different conditional skin, I assume yours will be stone. So if you have brutalist, I think brick, adobe, anything should work for you to place this ramp here. And obviously the box on that side. For peaks on shooting floor, just do large boxes here. Simple as that. Most of these deployables are not really anything special, so I won't bore you with them. Here and here though, do 2 barricades. You don't even need these out of frames. I don't know why I'm building this. You just need to do that, and do that. Do that on the other side as well. Obviously I forgot to showcase the turret here, but just push this as far back as possible. We'll slide right in there. And as you can see, none of this is blocked, so you have perfect ping wall potential. And here, do some triangles, just slide these in here. So you kind of want to do these at an angle. If you can see right there, I'm angling it to the center of the sheet metal, using that line as sort of a guidance. And that'll allow me to get near perfect placement on that. As you can see, basically perfect. And that is everything. So I'd like to thank you for watching if you made it this far. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon, YouTube, everything. So get up on that. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you later.